Welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you with us today. Okay, so have you ever wondered why so many people work incredibly hard their entire lives, yet somehow stay completely stuck financially? Well, today we're dismantling a major misconception that literally holds millions of people back from financial independence. And we're going to replace it with a direct, structured blueprint that actually works. So get ready because we are going to break down the exact 4 steps you need to get there. So let me ask you, where does real wealth actually begin? Take a second and answer that in your head. If you said the stock market or maybe real estate, you're definitely not alone. But you're also falling into a massive trap that keeps 70% of people financially stuck. Because what most people think is the answer is actually the exact reason they fail. They're starting on the wrong step entirely. Okay, let's dive into this. The myth that most people believe is that wealth starts with buying stocks, jumping into the latest crypto coin, or flipping real estate. But the reality? Real wealth actually begins with knowledge, skills, and savings. Trying to invest before building this foundation is literally like trying to build the roof of a house before you've even poured the concrete. There's just no way it's going to hold up. Here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start by unpacking the great wealth illusion, followed by stage 1, knowledge, stage 2, income, stage 3, the wealth engine, and finally, stage 4, investing. We'll wrap the whole thing up with the inevitable wealth formula. And pay close attention, because the strict chronological order of this blueprint is absolutely crucial if you want to reach that final investing stage.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the great wealth illusion.
Look, this is the trap that catches almost everyone. People try to jump straight to the finish line. But if you focus on investing before mastering how to actually generate and keep your money, you are basically doomed to just spin your wheels. It's like trying to win a race in a sports car with no engine. It might look fantastic on the outside, but you're not going anywhere. If you reverse the order and follow the correct sequence, however, it changes everything. Which brings us to our first active phase. Stage 1, invest in knowledge. Before you invest a single dollar in the market, you have to invest in yourself. Before you even think about opening a brokerage account, you need the raw materials of wealth. We're talking about really learning how money works, understanding business, developing a high-performer mindset. You need communication, sales, leadership, discipline, and solid decision-making. The harsh but honestly empowering truth is this: your current results came from your current level of knowledge, period. If you want different results, you need different skills.
Knowledge is the seed of wealth. Just let that sink in for a second. You know, a seed has to be planted and carefully cultivated long before you can ever harvest the fruit. You literally have to become a person capable of generating wealth before the wealth will actually show up and stay. And once planted, that seed naturally grows into our next crucial phase. Stage 2, increase your income. Because acquiring all that knowledge naturally leads you to earning more. Once you gain those high-level skills, you've got to actively deploy them. You might grow in your current career, maybe start a business, freelance, or build an online brand. But listen to this massive warning. Spending years and years studying investing while earning too little to actually invest is a huge trap. You must become a producer first. And this brilliantly illustrates the core concept. The goal isn't just making money. It's increasing your capacity to create value in the marketplace. The more problems you can solve for other people, the more income you are naturally going to attract. Because creating value is the absolute ultimate magnet for consistent income. Now we reach the climax of the explainer, stage 3, the wealth engine. This addresses the agonizing problem of the high-earning but somehow completely broke professional. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast. On the left, we have the ultimate villain, lifestyle inflation. Income goes up, so you buy a bigger car, a bigger house, your expenses rise right along with it, and boom, you're trapped on a treadmill working forever. But on the right, the true wealth engine operates totally differently. Your income rises, but your spending stays strictly controlled. That is the hero of our story. Because making money alone will not make you wealthy. Wealth begins the very moment you keep part of what you earn. To do that, you must pay yourself first, save aggressively, and live below your means. Imagine this scenario. Your income doubles, but you still live exactly like you did before. Your financial future changes in a matter of months, not decades. That discipline, that gap between what you earn and what you spend, that gap is your wealth engine. Welcome to the final stage, stage 4,
invest for freedom. Notice how we only get here after mastering the first 3 steps?
Seriously? Did you notice how long it took us to finally get to the investing part? Only now does it actually make sense. And we really need to redefine what investing means. It's not a casino. It's not about the thrill or the excitement. The true purpose is long-term freedom. Investing is simply putting the money generated by your wealth engine to work, so it earns money while you sleep. That is the true mechanism of compounding.
To do this correctly, you've got to think like an owner. Your investments need to be diversified and long-term. You need absolute consistency. You are thinking in decades, people, not days. This patient, highly methodical approach is what truly allows your wealth to compound exponentially over time.
Let's pull everything together into our final section, the inevitable wealth formula.
So, the crucial point is this exact chronological order. Learn, earn, save, invest. If you skip the first 3, I guarantee your investing journey will be agonizingly slow and incredibly stressful. But master them in this exact order, and your investments become an unstoppable force.
Consider this your wake-up call. You have got to stop chasing shortcuts. Stop desperately looking for the next hot stock to magically save you. And above all else, please stop trying to look rich before you have actually become rich. Build your skills, skyrocket your income, fiercely protect your money, and then, and only then, invest it patiently. I want to end with this incredibly powerful thought. Do this long enough, and wealth stops being a dream. It becomes inevitable. The formula absolutely works, but only if you work the steps in order. So my challenge to you today is this. Which of these 4 steps are you currently skipping, and what are you going to do right now to fix your foundation? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Now get out there and go build your inevitable wealth.